Hi, welcome to the hardest difficulty mod, made with the intention of giving me strep throat.
What? What was the point? I couldn't even fucking move!
In this mod, everything one-shots me. And yes, I mean everything. All our stats are stuck at level 1. Leveling up requires way too many runes. The bar up here is very, very fake. The bosses are much harder. Bleed builds are nerfed. And I want to commit the die. Last time on part 1, we killed a sadist snake using non-deceptive methods. A CBT enjoyer using a local furry convention. A homosexual dick rider using the Mr. Worldwide disease known as cancer. And Margit the Pooh using the power of friendship. This time on part 2, I'm gonna stop giving you guys epilepsy since it keeps crashing my software. Anyways, we are now headed to the snow biome where we can cross the wall of, funny rocks and tackle the innocent lake filled with European assassin lobsters. And it's here where we get to fight Megamind. And by fight, I mean skip. And if you want to complain about this, blame the fire giant for having an out-of-bounds skill issue. Not that it matters much, since I'm about to face the last few hardest bosses in the game. So you should, stay tuned.
I literally dodged!
And maybe subscribe, because I will definitely need it.
Oh my god, are you joking me?
But first things first, let's touch a woman's hand, and then do it again and again. I haven't felt the touch of a woman in years. This touching makes us go sleep as Melina shoots a beam out of a fleshlight until we get isekai'd into a world filled with acrobatic cat girls, gravity bitch, bipedal dragons, and of course, more cat girls. It's in this world where we have to face the lactose intolerance knights, who are not afraid to target the lack of lactase in my system. To start this off, we can summon Bernald, but he's clinically depressed and dies a little too quickly. Summoning him also means doubling the Milk Duds health bar, and they already have enough health to begin with, since although there's only 2 of them, once one dies, another summons, which means we have to kill 3.5 of them, and that's much easier said than done.
I dodged! I didn't.
Oh my god, I hate this game. So what we can do to solve Bernald's depression is use the Black Knife Tiche and try to use sleep arrows. We can get these sleep arrows by going to the consecrated snowfield, the intended way of course, and then intruding upon Operation Meeting House, the bombing of central Tokyo, where we happen upon jellyfish fields to collect Trina lilies and craft them into sleeping arrows. Now these arrows make our opponents go. However, we only have a limited supply of them, and let's just say replenishing them means spending hours murdering SpongeBob's favorite creature. So let's hope we won't have to do that. We did. Now while these arrows make the knights go, it is very hard to land them.
No, you're asleep! You're asleep!
Since the intolerance knights like to jump out of the way. If only life solutions were that easy. But because of their ability to jump out the way, we have to think of another way to cause sleep buildup. And that is where the sword of Saint Trina comes into play. Because now we can physically assault the lactose knights with chloroform. However, the problem with this is while a person under chloroform will willingly fall asleep, the lactose knights will not.
That never happens when I do it in my runs! But now it starts happening?
Basically, getting close to them
no!
will undoubtedly kill us.
I bled him already! God damn it!
Since as we know, everything one-shots me.
Fuck this game! Fuck this game! Fuck this game!
Now to fix this problem, we can use the bow and its sleep arrows against the thick one, since obesity makes it harder to dodge arrows. However, because we can't bow down the anorexic one due to its slim thickness, the Saint Trina becomes useless to us, and our time spent killing invaders.
No! Did he die? Yes! Yes!
To enter Mogwin's dynasty for upgrade materials, and going up a tower for the Stargazer heirloom, and then heading to Rhea Lucaria's academy to kill Pitbull.
No!
And gather the why? Twin Sage Glintstone crown for that extra intelligence.
No!
And then going back to Mogwin's to farm for hours for a single point of strength was also useless. So instead, we have to grind for many more hours to gather enough runes to level up our faith to 6. Because leveling up requires so many fucking runes. Then we need to kill 2 Dragonborn.
Yes! Yes, yes.
For cancer and frost breath, which we can use if we put on the silver tier mask, the two-finger heirloom, Marika's sword seal, and the commoner's garb. Now with cancer and frost breath, we can apply status effects to the boss through these columns with the use of the cerulean hidden tier, while also summoning the black knife Tish. But that's not enough to cure our lactase production problem, since once the black knife Tish dies, we are left alone to deal with our diarrhea. So to fix this, we can grab the pulley crossbow, which we can equip with Okina's mask, since it gives us 3 dexterity points, and then use bird bolts.
Got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it!
To cause brain hemorrhaging. So next time we're left alone with the Intolerance Knights,
Oh, come on! No, I was dodging!
we can actually put up a fight.
No!
Now the only problem
God damn it! I was there! I was there!
is avoiding the roly-poly, which is heightened by this guy's morbid obesity.
I got lucky. So lucky!
So the strategy for this is to run to the corner, drink our wondrous physic, summon the black knife Tish, give the bosses cancer, put the fat one to sleep, switch out our gear to use the pulley crossbow, kill the skinny one with bird bolts, seductively follow the black knife Tish, wake up obesity man,
Wakey, wakey.
kill him before the next one spawns in, do as much damage as possible before black knife Tish dies, praise God for the opaline bubble tier,
No! Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I timed it right.
save the last few bird bolts for later, run around the arena endlessly getting 1 or 2 arrows in, kill the skinny bitch, and then kill the fat one.
Yes! 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 Oh my god!
Now that my lactase production has been fixed and I stopped crying,
Finally!
we have to go and face the Malikusi. But to get there, I have to face birds, since birds of a feather flock together and I, get one-shotted. It doesn't help that they can also combo their attacks, and Zeus is currently ejaculating all over the battlefield. But once we crawl our way out of Ohio, we are faced with random kunais, which sends us back to the Ohio land until we crawl our way out of Ohio again and die to the Scandinavians,
I died!
sending us back to Ohio.
No! What the hell is this, man?
Luckily for us, the cycle eventually breaks, and we sneak our way up to the Grace. And from here, we can head over to fight the man with depression. You know the one I'm talking about. And trust me when I say this, we are doing him a favor. He drops the Blasphemous Blade, which we can use to parry Malekith.
I parried him! God damn it!
However, it ain't that easy. Firstly, we have to get past Malekith's first phase.
Oh no.
Which isn't too hard with bird bolts. However, we do have to switch to magic bolts at some point since we can only hold 99 arrows, and the plan is to use the bird bolts on his second phase. Other than that, I also need to summon the Black Knight Tish during this phase right before the boss reaches half health, because trying to summon him during Malekith's second phase
No!
is a tad bit on the hard side. We also need to have perfect dodging when Malekith throws 2021's Golden Globe winner and lead actor in Black Panther, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at us, and make sure not to get hit by invisible spikes. However, once first phase is done, we are put through the real gauntlet, which is the Malikusi. Luckily for you guys watching, I am literally a god, or at least the god of running away, since a majority of this fight takes place a fair distance away from Malekith as he stays aggro to the Black Knight Tish, which actually didn't happen all too often since he enjoyed staying aggro on me
I tried to use it! I tried to use the blasphemous! It didn't work!
and playing Ring Around the Rosie, the deadly kind.
No!
The reason I chose this strategy of being an alpha male and shooting from afar was because bleed damage is amazing against Malekith, and staying a distance away also allowed him to do his Black Blade attack, which is the only attack that the Blasphemous Blade can parry, and parrying him would stun him, and stunning him would also allow us to shoot more arrows.
Yes! 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 Woo! Woo!
Now with Destined Death acquired, the tree go burn, and our ass is still as fat as it usually is. And now we need to go finish off the rest of the bosses, which means we need to go to the Dog Pope himself for his divine wisdom on what to do. And from what I'm hearing, he's saying you should, subscribe to Toweringpants. Anyways, now with that bit of knowledge, we need to go kill a man who knows a little bit too much about my foot fetish. And luckily for us, he is the all-knowing joke. With Gideon erased, we now have to face the only good Elden Ring boss in the game, Chadfrey, the first homosexual, and his companion, Roar XD. A majority of Chadfrey's fight is dodging his stomp attacks, earthquakes, and axe attacks, which I jumped! Not very good at doing, but to help with my deficiencies, we can get off a Scarlet Rot and summon the Black Knife Tish at the beginning of the fight. Then while the Black Knife Tish takes aggro, we can swap our gear out to use the pulley crossbow. And just like the Malakusi, we stay as far away as possible and gun him down with bleed bolts like a typical alpha male. Unlike the Malakusi though, he can close that gap quite quickly. And once he loses enough health, his thunder thighs shoot shockwaves across the entire arena. So being a pussy doesn't work like it used to, and we actually have to dodge a majority of his attacks. Luckily, we do have the Black Knife Tish to help us take some of the aggro off, but if he dies before second phase, which is usually the case, we're fucked. Because I can't even dodge the federal charges enacted on my record. Oh, I dodged it wrong! Shit! What can I say? Domestic abuse is a bitch. However, if we manage to get the Black Knife Tish to survive his first phase, we can use his ability to nullify the boss's health during second phase to kerfuffle the boss into doing emotes and Islamic prayers later than he should. Basically, the Black Knife Tish's attack makes the boss transition in his second phase earlier than he should, allowing us to shoot bleed bolts into his skull, just like what happened to the creator of the extremist group Al-Qaeda. Yes! Woo! We did it, boys! After analyzing my beautiful structure, am I beautiful, chat? Am I beautiful? We have to go fight the Hermaphrodite and the Flubber Beast himself. Now these two are quite the hell of a combo. Dodge! Oh no, Jet, I fucked up. And are single-handedly responsible for making me go mentally insane. No! Why? I killed more brain cells in this fight than I even had. No, why did you go? He just changed fucking directions mid-air. How is that even possible? To put it simply, I died 188 times, spanning 20 hours of footage. These two sons of bitches suck. No, don't play with the past. Why would I do it then? Why? And instead of skipping all over the fun details, I'm gonna start from the beginning so you can comprehend my insanity. I don't get this fucking game. I don't get it. The first few runs, I tried to glitch Radagon into submission, but that didn't work, making me the one who became breedable. After that, I grabbed the Glintstone Whetblade to apply frost on two different longswords, and tied that with the weapon art Glintstone Phalanx to attempt to stun the boss. But as we know, getting close to the boss ends in my demise. Using the Black Knife Tish does help, but not by much. So instead, I tried using arrows to keep my distance like I did with the Malakusi and Chadfrey. But sadly for us, he has the innate ability to reflect arrows like I do my taxes. So instead, I tried to use Dragon Breath, but because of his British origins, his resistances are so high that one fume of breath isn't enough to do anything. So instead, I traveled to Caelid to cheese this Deathrite bird for Death's Poker, which is a weapon with the weapon art Ghost Flame Ignition, and it is a beast that is demonic in nature. It does quite a bit of damage, and it has two forms of attacks that we can use. The most useful one being the ranged attack, since it can be used from a distance, and it also casts fire on the floor that ticks frost buildup. I did have to grind for a while to equip this weapon, and I also had to finish all of Millicent's questline for her weapon prothesis, but we're going to ignore that since a sense of time means nothing in a YouTube video. After getting this weapon, I then went to go grab the Great Shield Soldier's Ash because they draw the most aggro comparatively to any other Ash. And after upgrading the shit out of them, I now have a means of killing Radagon. That is if the Great Shield Soldiers don't die. Which they always do. And don't block me from rolling past his palm attack. No, how, what? One of my guys blocked me? Which I fixed later on by using Bloodhound Dash, but that's irrelevant. Why'd you have to do that attack? Since I can only make it past first phase before Entropy takes me away. No! He didn't even teleport to me. He was trying to teleport away from the reason for this is because I lack efficiency, and I spend too much time making minor mistakes on the boss. I don't understand this game. This boss is extremely dependent on our Great Shield Warriors, since if they die, no! I die, and if they don't die, I sometimes still die. Basically, without the Great Shield Warrior's persistent aggro, this fight would be practically impossible. So in order to increase our chances, we have to make sure the warriors don't die before second phase starts. And to do that, we need to deal as much damage as possible during the start of the fight. To start off, we need to stop drinking our flask outside of the boss arena, since doing this wastes 5 seconds of our cerulean hidden tier, and we can be using that 5 seconds to spam Ghost Flame Ignition. After this, he has mandatory attacks he has to do once he reaches a certain stage of health, most notably the Dami Mami Stomp and his palm attack. We can use these mandatory attacks as opportunities to spray him with more Ghost Flame Ignition, which can eventually lead us to killing the boss. Yes! That is, if we can maneuver his palm attack away from the Great Shield Warriors, or get so good at dodging the boss that even if the warriors die, we can somehow manage to come out victorious. Now with our strategy of Radagon being nearly bulletproof, we can go on the agony that is the Elden Beast. Oh, why are you fucking— why? Three of them? Why is that even— why wouldn't it just stop the attack? The problem with the Elden Beast, besides the fact that it looks like a collection of toilet fishes, is that the fight needs to be perfect. No! There is no shortcuts. No! There is no special techniques.
No! Don't drink in between attacks. Fuck this game.
Only perfection.
No!
If we get hit by anything—
No! What hit me? What the fuck hit me? What the fuck hit me?
we die.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. This is the worst attack.
And that brings me into the first few run-ins I had with the Elden Beast. First off, I was shit at dodging, and I was using the Ghost Flame Ignition. And if you don't know, this guy can't get frostbite, so using this cane is not only a waste of FP, but also a waste of potential damage output. I would eventually swap this out for the Flame of the Red Mane, which does an excessive amount of poise damage and can actually stun the boss. However, it doesn't do nearly enough damage, and even when combining it with one of the best daggers in the game, it was still dog shit. So after many runs of using this moronic strategy— no! The fucking wall! I eventually landed on using the mace, since it's about the only weapon we can equip with our stats, and it does a fair bit of poise damage. Now the only problem is lining it up with the boss.
No, I dodged!
The boss has many different attacks.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Run! Run, homie, run!
And they all have many different timings. The worst ones being this explosion attack.
Fuck!
And when he starts going on a rampage with his piss sword. There's also the attack where he decides to shart an array of piss streams at me, and if I'm too close to him or I angle the attack wrong, I die. Luckily for us, the solution to this attack was using Bloodhound Step, which just so happens to be the solution to Elden Stars. Sadly for us, the farthest I can make it was about 2/3 of his health bar, so I was never able to test this out during the run, and the repetition of dying for nearly 20 hours eventually got to me, and I had to tap out. I'm joking, I never quit. Instead, I started using the Black Flame Tornado because it does so much damage, and now every time I stun the boss, I can take out 1/3 of his health bar by using it and then getting a riposte. This means I can make it to the Elden Stars now, which can be dodged by using Bloodhound Steps and getting behind the boss. The concept is that the Elden Stars will be blocked by the boss's body, preventing it from aim assisting towards us, since if we didn't do this, it would be literally impossible for us to make it past this phase. And now with everything mitigated, including my impending skill issue—
No! What? No!
Nice car.
all I need to do is put an end to this torture of a fucking run. Thank you.
Yeah! Yeah! Hard mode, done!
Oh, I did it! Hard mode, done. Subscribe.